16-year-old Miranda Corsett was reported missing in February 2025. According to investigators, she met Stephen Robert Gress through a social media platform and later traveled to a home in St. Petersburg. Authorities say she never returned safely. Gress has since been charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. The case remains pending, and the allegations have not yet been resolved in court. What makes this interview especially noteworthy is not an immediate confession or dramatic confrontation. Instead, it is the explanation Gress repeatedly returns to. Throughout the interview, he insists the situation began because of a ring. The detective does not dismiss that claim. Instead, he carefully follows the story, asking one question after another. As the conversation continues, the focus shifts away from the ring itself and toward a more important issue. If the disagreement was only about personal property, investigators want to know why Miranda was allegedly unable to leave. That question becomes the central point of the interview and shapes everything that follows.
I don't care about an attorney, man. Okay. I really don't care about it.
All right, but listen, but I do, because
do your legal work,
because it's the law,
yes,
okay?
Yes,
so you're initiating this request to talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Even though you have an attorney.
I wouldn't care about it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna read you your rights. Okay, because I've never read you your rights when I come in before, because I didn't have any charges on you before when I talked to you. Okay. So.
It's never supposed to happen. Never was supposed to happen.
What wasn't supposed to happen?
This girl was never supposed to be in this situation. This girl was never supposed to be in this situation. So I met her off the Grindr app, which is like a gay hookup site. And I don't know what a 16-year-old girl is doing on an adult hookup site. I guess it's irrelevant. She told me she was 20 at first, and then later came out afterwards that she was 16, which really had it didn't mean anything to me. Her age meant nothing. There's one thing that she did to me, and that was just one thing I was trying to resolve. She stole a gold ring of mine.
The opening of the interview serves two important purposes. First, the detective confirms that Gress understands his legal rights. Although an attorney has already been appointed, Gress states that he is willing to continue speaking with investigators. Once that is established, Gress immediately begins explaining the events from his own perspective. He connects the social media app, Miranda's age, and the disagreement over the ring into a single narrative that he believes explains what happened. Rather than interrupting, the detective allows him to speak freely. Every detail Gress chooses to share becomes valuable because investigators can later compare his statements with digital records, witness accounts, and other evidence. Instead of challenging him too soon, the detective listens carefully, giving Gress the opportunity to build his own timeline before testing it against the facts collected during the investigation.
Her name was Randa on there.
You know when about that might have been?
I mean, everything's on the cell phone. If you can pull up cell phone information, like everything you want is on the cell phone. Is under
on your cell phone?
On my cell phone, you can find it all. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, hold on a second. So her name was Randa?
Her name was Miranda. But she went by, her profile name was Randa.
R-A-N-D-A.
Right.
Okay. And that's on Grindr.
Right.
Okay. And we'll be able to see this on your phone?
Yes, sir.
What's the passcode for your phone?
It's just a Z. You do a Z.
Okay.
Supposed to draw a pattern.
Yeah, but
okay.
that phone is no longer here. I spazzed out after what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'll take you through the whole thing of what happened, dude. Okay. You can just see it.
Let's go. So you met Randa.
Right, on the Grindr app.
Okay. Well, you don't know what day that was, though?
It was, I want to say it was a Sunday. It was a, all right, so it was a Sunday that this happened. And then I seen her the day, 2 days prior to that, I seen her for the first time. I picked her up, we went home, hung out, I dropped her back off, it was fine, nothing, no issues. 2 days passed by, she hits me up and says, do I want to hang out? Okay, cool. I picked her up. This is where the issue started. We're chilling. I bought her some food. She's a real picky eater, I guess, so I bought her a smoothie from Wawa. And my ring, which is in property right now, was given back to me by Michelle. This Michelle, do you know where Michelle is? You need to pick Michelle. After that, you pick Michelle up. Okay. And they're
okay.
She confessed it to in front of, and her confessed it in front of. So, my ring comes up missing, and
On the same day you picked her
On
up?
the same day I picked her up. It was just us two in the room. Was in the other room. She got her own room in there. And
Us two who? You and Miranda?
Me and Miranda. We're the only two in the room.
Which room?
The living room, which I made my bedroom of that house.
The downstairs apartment?
Yes.
At 27?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait, 27th.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So, in the process of me ordering food for her, my ring comes up missing. It was a little bit too big for my pinky, so it could slide off if whatever, it could just slide off. And I remember when I went to get off the bed, I supported my weight on the bed to go get the doors for the food, and that's where my ring slid off at. Okay. My ring slid off on the bed.
Right.
So as I'm eating my food, I'm realizing my ring's not on my finger, so I'm like, I search the whole immediate area, my ring's not there. Miranda stole my ring. Miranda stole my ring. So I'm telling her, man, like, look, there's nobody else here. I know, it's nice, it's a nice ring. You might want it, but it's not yours. Just give it back. I go in with this for a whole 24 hours. And I'm telling her, like, hey, man, my fault in this is that I would not let her leave without giving me my ring back.
How did you keep her from leaving?
I just told her that she couldn't leave. I didn't restrain her. I didn't do anything to her. I just said, hey, man, just please give me my ring back. You know what I'm saying?
But she wasn't free to get out and walk out the door.
I mean, if she would have tried, I don't know if I would have stopped her or not. Everything was bravado at this point in time. It's like I'm telling her, and I'm hoping that I'm able to just.
This marks the first major turning point in the interview. Up to this point, Grease continues to focus on the missing ring, presenting it as the center of the disagreement. But the detective shifts the conversation to a much more important issue. Instead of discussing the ring itself, the detective asks a simple question. Was Miranda free to leave? When Gress explains that he would not allow her to leave until the ring was returned, the interview takes on a different meaning. The discussion is no longer centered on a missing item. Instead, investigators begin examining whether the situation involved controlling Miranda's movements and limiting her ability to leave. From that moment forward, the detective's questions become more focused, using Gress's own statements to better understand what happened and how the events unfolded.
And the first thing she does when she gets there was looks for my ring in the house. And I'm cool with that because I just want my ring back. So the sooner I get my ring back, the sooner this can just be done. So she finds my ring, and she doesn't tell me she finds my ring. And how I know that is because she gave me my ring back after all this is said and done. And I was there when she found my ring in my car. My ring was never in my car. It never was in my car. She never went outside to put it in my car. Michelle found my ring that she stole. So I don't know this at the time. Michelle doesn't tell me at the time. So now this drags on for a week. This drags on for a week.
Wait, so you've got this girl in your house for an entire week?
A week.
Were you feeding her?
Yes.
Were you beating her?
I lumped her up, yes. I hit her at first.
What do you mean you lumped her up?
So at first, it took me a while before I put my hands on her. Like, I really.
You patted her down, you couldn't find the ring?
I even bought a metal detector.
Well, where do you think she was hiding at?
I thought she either swallowed it or put it up inside of her, or she had it hidden somewhere else.
Okay.
I knew she had it. And she was disrespecting me and mocking me the whole time. Miranda is, to me.
Miranda is.
Yeah, like, I couldn't fathom, why would you steal somebody?
What was she doing to mock you?
She just like this. She said she got it from her grandma. And she said she'll be like, I'll be like, man, please give me my ring, please, man, please. She'll be like, she'll just do like this to me, like this. She'll like this. She'll like this.
Wait, you mean like she might have been shaking in fear?
No.
Because that's what you look like when you do that to
Right.
me.
But she.
When I think of a 16-year-old girl shaking like that.
It's not.
Pay close attention to the detective's approach at this stage of the interview. Grez describes Miranda's shaking as a sign that she was challenging him or refusing to cooperate. The detective, however, views the same behavior from a different perspective and suggests it may have been a reaction to fear. That distinction becomes very important. Gress's explanation depends on portraying Miranda as someone who was in control of the situation and responsible for what happened next. The detective does not argue directly. Instead, he reframes the behavior and lets Gress respond. If investigators conclude that Miranda's actions were driven by fear rather than defiance, the entire explanation begins to change. The focus shifts away from a simple disagreement and toward whether Miranda's ability to make her own decisions was being restricted. With just a few carefully chosen questions, the detective begins testing whether Gress's version of events is consistent with the evidence and the circumstances investigators are examining.
The girl had an iPhone. I told Michelle, I said, hey man, go hide this underneath a trash can at a gas station somewhere, just so it doesn't, in case somebody came looking for it, it wouldn't lead her to my house. And it would prevent me from getting my ring back. That's my fault, is my greed.
Another important detail emerges when the conversation turns to Miranda's phone. In a typical theft investigation, a phone can help investigators verify timelines, locations, and communications. But Gress offers a different explanation. He says he wanted the phone hidden because he did not want it to lead anyone back to his home. That answer immediately changes the direction of the interview. Rather than interrupting, the detective lets Gress continue speaking. Every explanation provides investigators with more information to compare against the evidence they have already collected. As Gress continues focusing on the ring, he also begins describing actions that investigators examine as part of the overall timeline. The detective allows the story to unfold naturally, knowing that each additional detail may help clarify what happened and whether Gress's account remains consistent.
And the shaking.
Okay.
And so you had her in your house for how long?
It was up to a week. It was a week. It was a week.
You had her in the house a week?
For a week.
You wouldn't let her leave?
I told her
you thought she was, and you thought resist?
No. No,
she was that scared of you?
She was scared of Michelle. She was scared of Michelle.
I don't know, dude.
She's scared of me too. She's scared of me.
How can she not be scared of you?
Right.
She's 90 pounds.
I'm not letting anything bad enough happen to the girl that I can't just let her go home after a couple days healing up. I just wanted my ring back, dude. I just wanted my ring back. That's it. Okay? Michelle's got... Nothing's happened to the girl to where she can't heal up in a couple days and go home. That's on me. I'm making sure of it. You know what I'm saying? But the girl she said she had some kind of a disease where she bruised really easy and she was really thin. She was delicate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's how delicate the girl is. So with that in mind, like, I'm making sure I don't do anything to the girl that's gonna make sure that she can't just go home in a couple days after healing up. That was my goal, was to do whatever. Let her heal up, go home. I'm telling her this will be a learning experience for everybody. You shouldn't be going inside of people's house. That's my whole thing was. That was my whole thing. Michelle, it was more her spite for not taking her out for Valentine's Day. As petty as it sounds, man. That's what I bring from it. So Michelle had my ring the whole time. She said she found it in my car after the fact. Pam can confirm all this.
After the fact of what?
After the fact that she's on somewhere right now. She has it.
When did she die?
She died on the 7th day. So she died, if Easter was, whatever day Easter is, you take that and...
Easter or Valentine's?
I'm sorry, Valentine's Day, I'm sorry. Valentine's Day. So March 14th is Valentine's Day? February 14th is Valentine's Day. So I think it would be fair to say that she probably passed away on the 21st-ish of February.
And then what did you do?
Then, now here's my part.
Now, at this point in the interview, Gress attempts to draw an important distinction. He says his actions were intended to prevent anything from happening that Miranda could not recover from. In doing so, he appears to separate what he says he intended from what investigators believe ultimately occurred. The detective does not argue with that statement. Instead, he allows it to stand and moves to the next question. The focus now shifts from what Gress says he meant to do to what happened afterward. Investigators want to understand the sequence of events and Gress's actions during the days that followed. As the interview continues, the conversation becomes less about his explanations and more about whether his account matches the timeline and other evidence gathered during the investigation. Every answer is measured against the facts investigators have already collected.
That's how I got this stuff in the first place, because Angel bought it for me. So I'm telling Angel, telling my mom, sending the pictures of them lumped up, and I'm like, man, look, man, like, she stole my ring, man. She stole my ring, she's not giving it back. I need my ring back. I can't possibly move forward without my ring. Like, I just could not take a L on my ring like that. I just couldn't. And so there's that kind of evidence right there that.
Can I quickly?
Yes, sir.
You sent, Angel's the one who got you the ring?
Yes.
And you sent pictures of
Her swollen
Miranda.
up. Yeah.
So Angel has those pictures?
Yes.
Okay, so Angel knew the extent of what was happening?
Angel, yeah, he's a good person, man. He doesn't deserve.
Does he know the totality of everything?
I told him after the fact. I did not tell him.
Not know that.
He does not know that.
Does he know she's dead?
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, like, he does not deserve to be in any trouble for this. But
And mom knows this as well? Your mom knows this?
my mom knows.
Everything?
She knows.
How about the body?
They need to do the labor work. You know what I'm saying?
And you sent him the pictures of this little girl?
Swole up. Yeah.
What was the purpose of that? I'm just
The
curious.
purpose was to
Yeah.
get sympathy for me. So I was trying to get them to buy me another ring, and then everything would just be good. I just wanted a ring. I didn't want to take a loss on the ring.
Your
So-
whole thing was, I want my ring back,
That's
no
it.
matter what it was.
Not no matter what, but I was going to go through and at least make an effort,
And why was that so sentimental to you?
because I never had anything. I went to prison when I was 16 years old, and I got out when I was 27. So like, I'm just starting to learn to live my life and have things of my own. And I don't think it's right for somebody to be able to come into your house and steal from you and be able to walk out of there. That was for burglaries, armed burglaries and stuff like that.
Going into somebody.
Another thing that I told her too. I'm like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you held a person against their will, digitally penetrated them, and eventually killed them.
I didn't kill her.
Okay, well,
I didn't kill
you were
her.
complicit to her
Yes,
killing if
fair.
that person did it.
Fair.
But you did. So you contributed to a person's death for doing what you got caught doing when you were 16.
She was never supposed to die. Ever. Ever.
Dude,
She never was supposed to pass, man. She wasn't even supposed to come close to it. If anything, like I said, I was telling the whole time, man, like, there's nothing that she can't heal up from after a couple days and go home was my intention. And the whole other time I'm trying to get other people to just replace it for me so I could just. That was my intention for sending them the pictures. My mom, Jamie, and Angel.
So you wanted a family member of yours and or a friend to see what you were doing to this girl so that they could buy you the ring.
And then we could end
And
it.
that as long as you had your ring,
Everything
you
was
would have
cool.
let her
Yes,
go.
sir.
So that was like a...
Is that the girl came in my house and stole a ring. My house and stole the ring from her. So
It sounds like what you're telling me is that she never stole the ring.
she stole it, and Michelle stole it from her. Wherever she put it at, Michelle found it.
you know Jamie's last name?
Jamie Ryder, R-Y-D-E-R. I'm not trying to deflect any blame for this, man.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pin this on anybody else. I fully accept what's to come for this, okay? I just want to see everybody that was involved get theirs as well. I mean, this girl was never supposed to die, man. Ever.
Following this interview, Stephen Robert Grez remained charged in connection with the death of Miranda Corsett. Michelle Brandis later surrendered to authorities and was also charged in the same investigation. At the time this video was produced, the case had not yet reached a final verdict. Both individuals are facing charges, and the allegations against them had not been proven in court. According to public records and local court reports available at the time, Grease remained in custody. The reports also indicated that the two defendants were expected to stand trial separately. As with any ongoing legal case, the final outcome will be determined through the court process, and all defendants are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty.